Hello and welcome to Henry Miller's Movie Reviews, where I take a look at films that other people have likely seen but I haven't. And continuing our Autism Awareness Month segment, we're going to be looking at a rather controversial choice, the Lasse Hallström film What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Sorry, I should do that again. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Given that Leonardo DiCaprio plays a mentally disabled person, I don't know how I've gone this far without watching this, but I haven't. I mean, I've seen clips, but I don't really know much about it, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if this is truly a horrific representation or not. So we follow Gilbert, played by Johnny Depp, one of 4 children to Bonnie, his morbidly obese mother for whom he cares, along with her other children, one of which is his mentally impaired younger brother, Arnie, played by Leonardo DiCaprio in one of his first film roles. And Gilbert has a lot on his plate, what with, caring for his mother and his younger brother at the same time. Also, along with that, paying the bills with a grocery store job, where he also is a gentleman caller for a local married woman. However, when a young lady named Becky, played by Juliette Lewis, moves into town, he takes a shine to her, all the while everyone is preparing for Arnie's 18th birthday. This film seems to have gained a reputation over time as being one of those classics that people fondly remember. In all honesty, I can see why. It's very safe and agreeable. It treads familiar territory, although it is quite manipulative and overly sentimental at times. Also, John C. Reilly's in this in an early role. That was nice to see. However, we know what you're here for. Is Leonardo DiCaprio's performance any good? Well, obviously. It's great. He was deserving of awards attention for sure, and I think this is one of his best ever roles, which is pretty mad considering it was one of his first. Did it need to exist though? That's a different conversation to have altogether. While I think his performance is pretty convincing as someone who's mentally impaired, though whether they're autistic or they have an intellectual disability, it's quite frankly never clear, though he does exhibit autistic traits such as echolalia. But with that in mind, I don't see why they didn't just cast someone with an intellectual disability or with autism. I sort of understand why they didn't, because it's not marketable. It's sad that roles for disabled individuals aren't really taken seriously, but I can't really wrap my head around them casting Darlene Cates, who was a screen newcomer at the time, as Bonnie, a morbidly obese character, but they can't cast a autistic actor for Arnie. Okay. It's not really that different. Leo's performance is the equivalent of another actor putting on a fat suit to play Bonnie. Honestly, at some points it does play like that. There are moments which play like a heightened Tim Burton shot, which exaggerate the features of Bonnie, shooting her from below. It reminded me of how Miss Trunchbull is shot in Matilda. It didn't really sit right with me. There was something slightly comical and exploitative of how she was filmed, but she's literally static for most of the film, so you hardly notice it. Also, regarding Arnie Grape, at the beginning you have Depp's Gilbert giving a monologue. There's so many monologues in this, so much narration about their lives, and also how doctors said that Arnie wouldn't live past 10 years old, and that since he's close to turning 18, they say he doesn't have long left. Sorry, but what is he supposed to be dying from? Autism? Because it's never mentioned that he has a condition affecting his organs, like a heart issue or something along those lines. Are they suggesting that he's going to die from having a brain that functions differently? I thought that was frankly ridiculous. Perhaps very much of its time. I don't know when this is supposed to be set. I don't think it's a contemporary film. But yeah, that was an odd bit of writing to include. I don't really know what they're thinking there. This is a small town, so to highlight this, there is a bit where the entire town rejoices over a fast food restaurant opening. And John C. Reilly's character, who appears to work there, tells Gilbert and Arnie to try the milkshake.
Here, try a milkshake.
And enthusiastically exclaims, "There's real milk in that."
Real milk in that.
Real milk!
Real milk.
Wow! Natural ingredients! Blowing the minds of Seppos since 1776. Oh... The fact that real milk! Oh my god! It may seem like I didn't like this. I did. I broadly like the performances, and the story's fine. The score feels like it's trying to pull at the heartstrings at times though. But I do think it's a largely good film, and as I said, DiCaprio's performance is excellent and really lifts the film quite a bit, though it does feel a bit melodramatic at times. Yeah, honestly, so does much of Lars von Trier's films, and I love those, so hypocrite.
I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10.
I think while there are problematic elements and elements which are just plain silly, it is very watchable, and Johnny Depp's very charming in it, isn't he always? I wasn't so invested in his romance with Juliette Lewis though, hence why I barely mentioned it in this review. I honestly felt her character was a bit dull. Overall though, I did like it. I should try and see some of Lasse Hallström's other films. They love making melodramatic schmaltzfests. I don't mind a bit of manipulation sometimes. Spielberg gets away with it like nobody's business. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought of the film in the comments. If you've seen it, probably out of all the ones I've done, this is the most likely that people will have seen. And have a great day. Enjoy your life. Don't take it for granted.